All right. I want to welcome everybody to my free training, Credit Rich Masterclass free training. I'm going to sit back and take the next 45 to 55 minutes, giving you guys some true insight into building businesses, building those businesses from start to finish, and then taking that business and acquiring the proper funding that you need. Who is this course for? This is for business owners, aspiring business owners, new to startup business owners, people who are working in the warehouse, who have dreams and aspire to get out of the warehouse. This course is for you, the everyday working Joe. It doesn't matter which facet of life you come from. If you are a person who have ambitions of being an entrepreneur, then this course is for you. So in the next 30 minutes, which, maybe 45, 55 minutes at the latest, some of the things you'll learn how to obtain the U.S. business funding, as well as overseas funding for as much as up to $250,000 in the next 90 days or less, no matter where you live in the world, no matter whether you have an existing business or no business at all. You will understand the ins and outs of being able to take your business to the next level after going through the Credit Rich Masterclass. My promise to you is this: I'm going to give you a step-by-step strategy to obtain and leverage business funding so that you can build from a solid foundation. I learned early on that you can't grow your business without money. I think that's one of the biggest challenges that most people face in the beginning. It's one of the things that creates the greatest fear when people are afraid to take their God-given talents, step out on faith, and build a business and a legacy for themselves and for their family. So, I want to try to help you guys get to that point and get over your fears and your insecurities through the knowledge and resources that I've been able to gain over the last 20 years of being in this credit industry. These are some of my principles to success. When we're talking about how I've been able to maneuver through life and manipulate a system that has ultimately been put in place to keep the majority of us in bondage. And one of those principles is this: I never look at anything. I'm a very patient person, so I never look at anything as a get-rich scheme. So this is not a get-rich scheme. It's going to require focus. It's going to require you to have some discipline. It's going to require you to have the will and the ambition to execute whatever you learn within this free training in the course. Not to mention, you're going to have to work. But it's going to be up to you whether it's going to be hard or easy. In my opinion, what makes things hard is an individual dedicating their time and trying to do something that they're really not happy doing, and their heart is not in it. So if your heart is in something and you have a reason to build a business, then that makes it easy. One of my second principles is this: I know all of the struggles of not getting the money and resources that are needed to grow a business. I know this firsthand. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So many years I went through the process of starting businesses and not having enough money to be successful in the business. And that pretty much boiled down to me not having the knowledge or the resources. Every individual will experience different levels of success based on the efforts of overcoming unforeseen pressures. But one thing you can count on, I always say this: you can try something 100 times, but you can almost guarantee yourself that 99 times it's not going to work. But that doesn't mean that you stop. It doesn't mean that you give up. That comes with the game. So you got to be dedicated, and being dedicated will earn you the results that I'm going to share with you. Your success or lack of success is going to be based on you. It's going to be up to you. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a gift today. I'm not a person that holds back information. I want to see people win. I've built my brand on giving, the best information on the market when it comes to credit. So I'm going to expand my gift a little bit more, and I'm going to give you a gift today as well. Um, I want you guys to ask yourself this question, and does this sound like you? And we'll just go through these things, but I mean, I really want you to focus in on uh, these five things that I'm pointing out right here, and you ask yourself, does this sound like me? Are you a person that you can't bring your ideas to life or start a business because you lack the resources or the know-how? Do you feel like you never have enough money to invest in anything that your business requires? Do you feel like you lack capital? Your lack of capital is holding you back from succeeding? Do you feel like starting a business is too hard, but in reality, you just don't have enough financial resources to really maximize your results? Would you like to have more money to buy more products, purchase equipment, travel when business requires, and most of all, working capital? If any of these five things that I've just explained sounds like you, that's a good thing. And the reason why I say that's a good thing, because there's something inside of you that lets you know that you're supposed to be doing more, and there's a greater you out there waiting for you to birth that individual. In the process of me trying to discover who I was, in the process of me trying to figure out a way to provide for my family, I went through all of these emotions. I asked myself all of these questions. A lot of times we find ourselves in a place where where we might have this grand idea or this great idea, and not knowing or not having the confidence to know that you are truly a boss inside. It stops us from moving forward with our great idea. So I always remember, no matter from the concept, from the beginning, whatever idea that you have, from beginning to the middle to the end, you're going to experience a lot of different emotions, a lot of different thoughts in terms of you doubting yourself or your insecurities. And then you have your emotions where you're very ambitious, you're feeling motivated, and you still don't have the courage to step out on faith and start your business. So just remember those things. Keep those things in mind as you go through the process of wanting to start your own business or provide a better life for your family. This next slide, I want to focus on, ask yourself these two questions as well. Do you feel like you don't have enough money to run your business? Or do you feel like you don't know where to go for the business funding that you need? Guess what? I'm going to give you the answer to those two questions within my course. Like, I'm going to tell you how to build the business, where to go to get the funding, which banks to go to, how to fill out the credit apps, how many employees should I have, what should my financial statements look like, how do I need my business bank account to really be set up, how much money do I need in my business bank account, do I need a lot of money in my business bank account, is my company good with having no money, maybe having some assets such as owning land? How can I leverage those assets to give my company the appearance of being bigger than what it is from a financial standpoint? I'm going to answer those questions for you within the Credit Rich Masterclass. And that's part of my gift. One of the things that I like to say, the real problem is that you don't have access to the right information, nor do you know where to look. Knowing how to leverage credit is important when it comes to accumulating cash flow. I always said that you have to know how to leverage credit. And that goes 10 times from when we're talking about establishing business credit. You have to know how to leverage it. And like I said, I'm going to provide the resources and the tools to help you get to that point where you're going to become a master at leveraging business credit and being able to take your company from nothing to getting funded. That's what I'm going to do within the Credit Rich Masterclass. I want to talk about shifts. And talking about shifts it goes back to those emotions that I said that any individual is going to go through from start to finish. So once you make the required shift shifts, this is what's going to happen. Because making the required shifts is going to enable you to be able to accomplish certain things when it comes to building your business and going to get the money that you need. But once you make these required shifts, here are 4 things that you need to keep in mind. You can invest in the required inventory. You will have enough money to invest in required knowledge, coaching, seminars needed to increase your business performance. You can use this capital to cover marketing, get more clients for your business. You can invest in properties as well. All of these things requires money. And even when we talk about taking money and investing in things that you need, it's very important that you invest in knowledge, invest in coaching, invest in seminars, because we're talking about information. And information is going to be the thing that gets you to the next level. One of the things, I'll just say this. You can ask yourself this question. A lot of people you hear a lot of people sometimes say that the U.S., or we'll say the U.S. is one of the richest countries on the planet, right? And you think that money makes the U.S. the richest country on the planet. But what makes a country rich is information. And that's one of the things that the U.S. holds. It holds a lot of information. Matter of fact, the United States is a stealer of information. They are takers of information. Like you can think back to, the early days when kidnapping a scientist or a scientist defecting to another country was so important because they were the holders of information. So I want you to keep that in mind. Information always leads you to the money or the necessary tools that you need to be successful. Once again, we're talking about business. We're talking about being able to leverage credit and get money from the banks is going to help you start your cash flow and grow your business to a point where you can put it on autopilot. Some more results of making the shift is this. You'll realize, once you make these shifts, you'll realize how simple it is to obtain business funding over and over again. And that credit is the lifeline of business. And you'll accumulate a personal credit score of over 700 or greater, as well as a 90 or better payday score for your business in less time than you could ever imagine. And the reason why I include your personal credit score, because all of this still goes hand in hand, because it takes being able to perfect one part to enhance the other part, which is the business credit part of it. So once you start being able to see the whole puzzle, which is a combination of the two, then a lot of things go out of the window. You'll understand all the misconceptions that you've been taught about business credit and funding were wrong. A lot of it. One of the things I try to get people to think about, I try to get people to look at the major corporations and what they're doing. And I like for people to put themselves in the mindset that the major corporations are no different. And the reason why I say they are no different, because you don't have to be as big as them. You don't have to have as much money as the major corporations. You can just mimic them. No different than a kid mimicking what they see an adult do or say. You got to keep this. You got to keep the same type of concept in mind. So you don't have to do it, on a large scale as like a FedEx or Amazon or AutoZone. But you want to pay attention to what they're doing and how they're operating their business and how they expand. I always say that we're just one big mind in this universe. So if you have an idea, trust me, someone else has had that idea before and they just beat you to the punch. So you got to keep that in mind. And like I said, these will be some of the results of making those shifts, making those mind shifts. You might want to ask yourself, what are these shifts? I've kind of went over this in the previous slides, but these shifts you will need to make to improve your credit to obtain business capital in 90 days or less and leverage your newfound credit in your business. I will show you exactly how to make those shifts today. That's what my Credit Rich Master class is all about. Teaching, showing, and you having the ability to go out and execute the information that I've provided. For those of you who do not know who I am, Corey P. Smith, if you're not familiar with me through social media or my YouTube channel, uh, a brief description of who I am is I am the #1 credit awareness expert on the planet, and I say that unapologetically. I have I've been able to accumulate more than $5 million in approved corporate funding for more than 60 banks throughout the world over my last 20 years of being in this industry of credit. My passion has always been to help the underdog and the unaware. I've helped thousands of everyday working class individuals bring their dreams to reality by way of credit, even the homeless, even people that have been locked up for 5+ years in the penal system. In addition to credit consulting, I'm a real estate investor. I'm a published author of 4 books, and 2 of those books are best-selling books on credit. That's who I am. One of my favorite quotes, as you see, is I like to, repeat this to myself, and is, what if I was afraid to try? What if I didn't believe in me? What if I decided to be ordinary? And the answer to those questions is I guess we'll never know. We'll never know the answer to those questions because I was none of those things. I was never afraid. I've always believed in myself, and I'm definitely not an ordinary individual. And the fact that you guys are taking the step to even be on this webinar lets me know that you're not ordinary individuals. You're not afraid to try, and you do believe in yourself because you're seeking the necessary knowledge and tools and resources to expand your life, to help your family gain a better financial footing and possibly leave a long-standing legacy for those that follow you. As I said, here are some of the bullet points about who I am, Corey P. Smith, the #1 credit awareness expert on the planet. My average clients, and this is fact, my average clients have been able to obtain $250,000 in U.S. business fund. My specialty is helping current business owners, aspiring business owners, new and startup business owners, real estate, credit consultants, business coaching, credit repair business owners, life coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs have a step-by-step process to improve their credit in less than 90 days. And they've been able to leverage it through their businesses. I am a credit expert. I'm a real estate investor. I'm an author and business consultant with over 20 years experience. Whatever information that I give you is not anything that I read. It's not anything that someone has told me. All of these are actions that I've taken. I've executed these actions. And long story short, I've done it. So, and I'm at a point where I don't mind giving the information in a format that's simple. And I always say it's so simple that an eighth grader can understand it. So keep all these things in mind as we move forward in the webinar. 5 simple shifts you need to make to acquire a $250,000 plus in business funding from anywhere in the world. And I'm going to walk you through all 5 of these shifts within this webinar. Now, one of the first shifts that you are going to have to make is the mindset. In order for you to be successful in life as well as business, it's ultimately going to boil down to your mindset. Whether it's a positive or negative mindset will dictate how you move forward with anything that you do in life. In terms of your business is a reflection of what you have invested into it. When you are growing your business with an insecure mindset because you do not have enough money for day-to-day operations, equipment, hiring employees, travel, or buying new products, it will limit your success. So it's very important that you dictate your mindset. Investing and improving your personal and business credit must be the first step to having control over your business. That's the first step. Never have an insecure mindset when it comes to starting or running your business. If you do, you're dead even before you begin. It's a dead idea. The second shift is action and reaction. It doesn't matter how good you think your idea or business is or what you are making or not making in revenue, you need to generate real profit without losing money. And one of the ways of doing this is securing corporate funding. Improving your business credit score and leveraging it in your business to create cash flow is very strategic, and it is a must. And I'm going to show you how to accomplish this within the Credit Rich Masterclass. The third shift is you have to defeat your insecurities and seek information. And I'm explaining why this is so important. You have to look at your personal and business credit score. You have to know where you stand in terms of your business profile and the paydex score to win the game. So you have to look at the insecurities, aka derogatories in your business credit report that are causing your score to be low. You're not facing roadblocks. You not facing your roadblocks doesn't mean that they'll go away. It's with anything in life. Some things you just have to face. Believe me, that is the worst thing you can do. Face your credit score like you're going to war and utilize the blueprint that I will provide for you. I talk about this a lot, even on the personal side of credit, about you gotta attack it in a way as if your life depended on it. Like you're going to war, and you have to be very strategic about this. Looking at your credit score will not cost you anything, but ignoring it will cost you money, because you have to be able to look at it, analyze it, come up with a plan, and then seek out the resources, meaning in terms of the different type of paperwork that's out there to help you eliminate some of the derogatories. And the exact same thing works for the business side of credit. I just had a conversation with a young lady who had a question about something that was on her business credit profile, and she didn't know how to dispute it. And one of the things I told her, it works the same way as if you were disputing something on your personal credit. Works the same way on the business side. If you have things that are someone may have done fraudulently, you can dispute it. If you have things that's reported on your business credit that's inaccurate, you can dispute it. Works the same way. So keep that in mind. Number 4 is creating a master plan. You have to create a master plan when we're talking about executing the tools that's provided, whether it be through the Credit Rich Master Course or information that you obtain from watching me on YouTube or my books. You have to create your own master plan, because only you are the only individual that can clearly see the finish line when we're talking about what you want to create in terms of a business. Looking at your credit report is the first step. It will allow you to know the score of the game so you can strategize. This is a fact. People who review their personal credit score on an average improve their credit score 3 times as much as people who don't. Now multiply that by 10 times when people take the initiative to build their business credit. And the reason why is because business credit is 10 times more powerful when we're talking about leveraging how you look on paper on the business side than what you can do on the personal side. It is easy to create a strong business credit score once you know the process. And then I'm going to provide you with that process from start to finish within the Credit Rich Masterclass. Number 5, you must pay attention and do your research. I'm real big on research, because research enables you to create a plan. It enables you to strategize in terms of what your next move needs to be when we're talking about building a strong business foundation. Always pay attention to what the big corporations are doing in terms of where they're establishing new locations and which banks are providing the biggest sponsorships to up and coming political figureheads. These are all clues to which direction you need to go. And last but not least, do your research. Now, this has been a big question for a lot of people who have been looking for a way out, and they believe that building a strong business credit profile is the way out. Now, a lot of them want to know what's the secret to building business credit. The secret weapon to building business credit is this. Information is always a secret because information will lead you to the resources. Now, as I always say, information and knowledge has its greatest power as long as it remains a secret. So you must digest the information and execute it quickly because, like with anything in life, whether it be trends, doesn't matter what music, whatever, TV shows, whatever, the more the masses get whiff of anything in life, it dilutes its power. And that works the same way with information and knowledge. So you have to digest the information and execute it as quickly as possible because things are always ever changing. You can't have what I call, you can't do it the caveman way when we're talking about building a strong business credit profile. And what the caveman way is, people giving instruction or you heard something to the fact that all you need to do is get a net 10, 15, or 30 account, get a Staples credit card or virtual office and a business phone line. These are all, those things still work, but there are different levels to creating a strong business credit profile. Now, don't get me wrong. These are some of the requirements when we're talking about establishing a new corporation. And I discuss these techniques through thoroughly. I talk about this thoroughly in my book, The Unbreakable Laws of Business Credit. But I want to show you a way to accelerate this process. I'll show you this throughout the course. There are different resources and strategies that can guarantee corporate funding. And I'm going to show you what those resources and what those strategies are within the Credit Rich Masterclass. Have you ever been told this? Have you ever been told that you can get business funding without personal guarantee? Well, this is true, but most businesses will only be fortunate enough to get business credit cards. If some business owners are lucky enough to obtain business loans, more than likely they have personally guaranteed these loans. Well, I'm going to discuss how you can obtain corporate funding without using a personal guarantee. I'm going to show you the 2020 way. There is a way of securing a business loan without personally guaranteeing the loan, but it requires making your company look like it already has value and money in the bank. It's very important. International business funding is simple. Matter of fact, this can all be simple. There are steps that must be followed depending on which country you reside and where you want to establish your business and obtain business credit funding. All of these steps can be executed and your company funded within a 90-day period. The Credit Rich Masterclass discusses business tax strategies, land portfolios owned by the business, and financial statements that can put your company in the driver's seat. And we're going to talk about these things within the Credit Rich Masterclass. The proof is always in the pudding. These are some testimonials from some of my clients that have put my course and my strategies to the test, and these are some testaments of what they've been able to accomplish by following my Credit Rich Masterclass training. If you look, I've been able to secure checks like these over the past few years of just utilizing shelf corporations. These are real checks. These are real documents that you're looking at. One thing that you have to remember is this. You have to use your credit as a weapon. And the reason why is credit can work for you or it can be used against you from all aspects. My insight and my personal experiences have allowed me to develop cutting-edge strategies when it comes to leveraging business credit and business lines of credit that have surpassed over $5 million. Knowing how to build companies from scratch or buying shelf corporations can be golden when it comes to raising capital for your business. Imagine being able to duplicate this process as much as your ambition and heart's desire. And let's check the facts. We know that you must have the proper mindset, and you must face your own insecurities. Using your credit as a weapon to change your environment and creating a legacy for your family is never an easy road. This educational tool that I have created will almost guarantee financial success. If you digest and execute these strategies, you will experience the same success that people that I've helped in the past, some of the students that have followed my credit rich class, the steps that I've provided within the course, you'll be able to experience the same type of financial success. Now let's talk about what it takes to be successful in the world of business credit. First of all, you must learn to leverage your time. Always remember that any business or idea can be duplicated. This is part of the steps to improving your mindset and lifestyle by coupling that with the concept of credit. Credit is a numbers game, and so is life, and everything revolves around credit, even cash to some degree. So you must embrace every waking moment with time management and positive energy. You will have so much more freedom in your life by learning to leverage business credit on a worldwide scale. It will create a cash flow for you to grow by using the bank's money and not your own money. You'll be able to grow your business. You always want to keep that in mind. Other people's money, and other people's money is the bank's money. And, once you're able to accomplish this, imagine all the people in your life that you'll be able to help and teach them how to build a business from scratch and receive corporate funding all within a short period of time. And remember, all these things can be duplicated. All of it can be duplicated. It can be done over and over and over again. And while you're going through that process, remember what I talked about. You have to research and you have to pay attention to what the big corporations are doing. This is going to keep you ahead of the game. But remember, time management, leverage your time. Here are some, like the next few slides is some of some testimonials from student success people, some of the students that have gone through my course and soaked in the knowledge that I provided and executed.
Again, I just now recently lost a $135,000 job. I don't want to go back to it. Now that I know what I know, I've seen you. I've seen a couple of videos of you being a landlord and things like that.
Getting the Shelf Corp. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Jason Management Group Incorporated. It's a C corporation that I purchased 2 years ago. Actually, it was originally called American Petroleum or something like that corporation. Paid the extra $100 and changed the name. Total of $1,600. Got all the articles of incorporation. Got the bylaws. I got my official seal if I do some important documents. And I remember you saying something, man, which was crazy. I was kind of thinking us to do something similar anyway, but you had the perfect name for it when you were saying something about the credit investor contracts where you're going and getting certain people, fixing their credit up, and then you'll invest with their credit versus cash, to get more access to funding. So if you want to invest in real estate, cars, or however you want to do it, I'm like, man.
Hey, Corey, it's Lenny. We met a few months back. Ever since then, I know you gave me a few boulders of knowledge. I think like 4 or 5 months later, I'm driving off with this brand new Mercedes Benz. Not $1 down. All through creative financing and credit. Thank you so much.
It's very important. This is basically you investing in yourself. You always want to invest in your brand, in your credit. Everyone should invest in their credit. Having the bank's money at your disposal brings you new ideas and stops your insecure mindset because you have cash flow. It gives you breathing room. There are $1 million ideas that always pop in your head. But the problem is most people don't have the money or resources to bring the idea to life. Get a pen and paper and always write down your ideas. Because once you build a solid business credit profile, securing the money from the banks won't be a problem. And I'm going to show you why securing the money from the banks won't be a problem. Who do you listen to? This is one of the big things. I've ran into this problem before. You want to seek out advice. You want to find someone who's an expert in the field that you have interest in. And sometimes we get confused and lost in the mix. So a good mentor will give you the roadmap to success. All you have to do is personalize the information that they give you. You want to listen to someone who has what you want. They have been where they have been where you want to go. People who have utilized my information on a personal and business level are living a life they always imagined, but didn't know how to bring it to life. And I provided them with the tools and the resources and the information and the knowledge to achieve these goals and bring their dreams to reality. Always remember this: everything is about credit. Everything's about credit. What matters when it comes to credit? Here are the things that matters when it comes to credit. And I say these things matter because throughout my 20 years of being involved in this industry, I kind of figured out what's important, what's not important when it comes to dealing with credit, whether it's on a personal level or whether it's business credit. Your age is always going to play a part. It's always going to play a part. How far along you are in business, whether it's beginner or expert, that's going to play a part. Because your knowledge will either be limited or to be infinite when it comes to the subject matter. Whether your business credit is established or not, that matters. Whether or not you have an online business or brick and mortar, that's going to matter. Whether you have business trade lines, bank statements to support loan requests, how many employees you have on record, and how large are the trade lines. If your business if your business have any trade lines established at all these things matter when it comes to credit. And we'll go into more detail about these things that matters within the Credit Rich Master Course. Today, I promise you these things. I promise you a step-by-step strategy to build your business credit and receive funding within 90 days, no matter where you live in the world. If you follow the steps outlined in the Credit Rich Masterclass, you will get the results that I promised with your business in less than 90 days. These are the things that you need. These are the things that you need to win. And all these things that I've listened, this is my blueprint. These are the things I follow on a day-to-day basis. These are my principles. The first one is your mindset. The second one is eliminating all doubt. The third one is study, research, and seek information. The fourth one is you must learn to leverage your time. The fifth one, invest in your credit and mentorship. Find someone to follow. Find someone that you can actually see them executing the information that they've been able to retain. These 5 principles will help you build a solid foundation for your new or existing business and acquire at least $250,000 in corporate funding from some banks that you never even knew existed. How can I help you? I've written several books on the subject of personal and business credit. I have provided countless hours of video content on YouTube, giving advice and insight into this world of credit. I have created this course with the underdog in mind, as well as the employee who dreams about being a boss, but don't know where to seek and find. Last but not least, the Credit Rich Masterclass will eliminate the middleman and difficulty of understanding credit from a business perspective. I've never been one to hoard information. I want everybody who has chosen to support me, buy my products. I want everybody to win. So I've given my all. I've given my all when it comes to my knowledge base as it relates to credit through my books. And I put a lot of time and energy into this Credit Rich Masterclass so that you guys can be successful. Who is this? Who is this for? That's a question that I had to ask myself when thinking about how how I wanted to structure this course. And this is who this is for. These are the people. These people. I would say you must be absolutely committed to improving your business credit and learning different techniques that can be used when it comes to obtaining funding from different banks throughout the U.S. and abroad. Entrepreneurs who have an all-in mindset and love to learn. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This will require a person of great work ethic, desire, and a passion to improving their life. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? If you are a person that says yes to this question or any of these things that I outlined, then this is definitely for you. What will you get? This is what you will get. In the step-by-step program, I will help you get a total clarity of business credit, how it works, and how to get funding from the banks within 90 days. The Credit Rich Masterclass teaches you how to build business credit, where to buy business trade lines, what are the best corporate structures to fit your business model, and how to set up and leverage your newfound business credit. Once you follow my step-by-step process for building your business for the purpose of getting funded, it won't be long before you start duplicating the process and doing the same thing for other business owners who are unaware, as well as for yourself again, and again. You'll always be able to duplicate these things that I'm going to teach you within this course. Now that you know the strategies that will accelerate your business, everything that I've talked about throughout this free training, all these things will help accelerate your business. If you take the next step, take a look at the Credit Rich Masterclass. Click the button below to accelerate your success. Schedule a call today and get access to the Credit Rich Masterclass. Limited spots are available due to the value of obtaining large amounts of business credit. Hope to see you on the other side.